Hello, it is Lord Hamer. I am streaming some 2D 4X today. I usually stream this on the weekends. It is a video game creation that I'm doing I'm making a 2D 4X video game. It is open source, and you can see some code sitting here because I have the wrong thing that I usually like to start with, like this screen open or something. We are working on this panel. This is like information about county improvements you can do to your county. You have a variety of counties. We can hit start here. I don't think there's any bugs from yesterday. There could be. I don't see my post coming through. It didn't come through. I might have to do a test over here. I haven't had to do a test over here in a while, but I'm going to do it. We're going to do a test and see if it came through. It did, so I guess it's working, even though I didn't get my notifications that it's working. So you have these counties, and inside the counties, there's county improvements, and this is the county improvement panel, and we're working on this. There's a thing I want to do with this that I can do in code, but it's going to be a huge pain in the ass if I can just do it in the inspector. So I'm kind of waiting for this part for a update on Godot, because it's going to have it in the next version. I rolled to the developer version last weekend, and it had a bug where you couldn't build your project, which in C# you got to build your project all the time. So that wasn't good. So I rolled back to Godot 4.3, and we are working on that. But we can do this part now. This is the part where we can work on this, and then maybe this use remnant, and then there's also like a prioritize button that we could probably get all that done ahead of time while we wait for the update. I hope that is all we need, or that we can get all that done before the update. Hopefully the update will come out soon. I hope that it's not like a month out. It's usually every couple of weeks, so that they release the next developer update. But right now, so today we're going to work on these plus and minus buttons. We're going to have to fill in this information, and then we're going to fill in this information. I was trying to think of an easy way to do this at the start of county improvements. So when the game starts, the county improvements are added to your each county depending on the... I guess there's a way we can. I'm keep changing, stop talking mid sentence because I am thinking about how we're going to do this. So basically, we put in a new adjusted max workers. These and max builders are first, workers are second. That makes sense. That I'm not being sarcastic. Adjusted max builders, adjusted max workers. So we need that to when the game starts to be assigned. And what I mean is we need to have whatever the max workers is equal the adjusted. So we're going to have to do that. We can do it in the completed when it gets completed. And I looked at that yesterday, so I re-familiarized myself somewhat. How's it going? I re-familiarized myself somewhat. I think I finished everything I was working on yesterday. I have a project here, which I don't even have up. Let me pull up my project. I don't think I added anything to my project yesterday. I think we looked at it a little bit, but let's see. Yeah, we looked at it. We didn't add anything. I don't know what's going on my other monitor here. So I think when we do complete research right here, I think we can just, put it right in here, right above this. We can go... county improvement data, adjusted builders equals county improvement data, What is this? Max builders. And whoops, not adjusted though. We just want this max. And same with the workers equals workers. And that way it will be set to 5. You know, I think it's most of them are 5 right now. It will be set to 5 when we pull on this other, when we pull up this other thing. So let's do this. My day job. You mean like, am I worried about losing my day job? I work for a property management company, and they're pretty recession proof. And so I'm told. Everybody's got to pay rent, right? I work for the man. This is to set the starting adjusted max builders. I don't think this needs to be a capital. Max builders and workers. I'm not too worried about, like, you know, I think you're talking about, like, however, there's a lot of tech jobs, people are getting laid off. I'm not too worried. If the company I work for was having financial difficulties, I would start worrying, but we're not. The thing is that I'm an IT manager, so and I'm the only one. Manager is I'm the only person there, and I do a lot of help desk stuff. And without me, someone else would have to do that, and no one has time for that shit besides me. You were talking about getting a new job, or was that a different person yesterday? I can't remember if it was you or the other person. Let me see here. So we got this adjusted thing here. So now this number will be right, I hope. Then we need to deal with this plus and minus. Well, let's fill this in. Let's fill in what this should look like. And then we'll see if it's right. So at the beginning, when we run this the first time, this should be 0, this should be 5, and this should be 5, or whatever. Some of these are going to be slightly different. The research office only has 1. So let's see. Let's connect these things. And these things are going to be under this thing. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of computers these days. There's a lot of computers these days, and nobody really knows. So, the average person doesn't know that much about computers, which is kind of shocking to me. The most basic stuff they don't know. I don't know if there's a gap in, like, generations, like the younger people are trained in school, or taught computer stuff, and the older people weren't, or what the deal is. Because there is, there's like a common thing that, like, old people don't know shit about computers, but it seems to be a pretty mixed group of people. The worst offenders and who don't know about computers, it seem pretty mixed. And we always joke that it's always the old people, but it isn't. So what do we got here? I have a lot of stuff already written, but I commented out influence cost. Okay, so we don't need this at all. Research description. Okay, we don't need this anymore. We've changed this to like a switch. We probably will just delete all this. Was influence cost. Check for under construction. That's all gone. Yeah, all of that shit has been replaced with something else at this point. So we can get rid of all that crap. What we need to do, though, is I'm going to make sure. I think we have these. Yeah, so we have the minus buttons. We need to put in, I think I actually made this one label. So let's double check here. I did not make this one label. Okay, so there's 3 different labels. Do I have that? max workers, current builders, export. I could have probably made this all one label, but whatever. Adjusted builders number label, and this is what this one also, we need an adjusted. And I put the export thing on there so it will show up in the inspector if you're wondering why I'm doing that. If you're not familiar with Godot, whoops, workers, number, label. I don't know if I'm into that sort of gatekeeping. There's basically, I totally Linux has its own problems, and one of the problems is that there's so many different versions. I think so. Ethically, I think everything should be on Linux, but I don't see that ever happening because there's too many versions and they don't all work together, and you got to learn different stuff for the biggest issue is that there's too many versions, and that's look, we have 10 now. That's a big problem, I think, with how easy it is for people to learn, and all the console stuff. No one's gonna learn that shit, man. That is, no one is going to want to learn how to type stuff into the console. I'm sure, no, they can learn it, but people can learn that stuff, but it's why waste their time. So I actually think Windows has a problem with the number of choices for hardware too, and I, as a computer guy, know what to look like, or what to look for, but I don't think that the average person knows what to look for. So when they go to buy a Windows computer, they just get so confused, and then they end up buying a Mac, because on a Mac, all your choices are just pay more money. You know, you get a better computer if you pay more money, and they're willing to do that. They're willing to pay a lot more money to get what they think is a better computer, because that's what you checkbox. When you buy a Mac, you just go through and you're like, do I want to spend more money? You know? Versus on Windows, if you go to buy a computer, you have 45 options. I'm actually looking to buy a new desktop, I think. A new gaming desktop. And I don't want to build it because I'm tired of building computers. And even as an IT manager, you know, where I deal with stuff, I don't know currently what the best desktop to buy is. I never buy desktops at work. And I never buy gaming desktops. I can look at the specs and stuff, and I'll probably buy like an Alienware or something. You know, it's Dell. But for all I know, you know, Dell is now considered shitty because it changes a lot. And there's just too much information for the average person. Okay, we got that. Those things are linked. The thing is getting a sign. And so on this one, ready, we need to have, whoops, I'm on the wrong one. On this one, ready, we need to put in private. Oh, yeah, no, that's awful. Especially that one thing. Oh, man, I got an update. What is it called? It's some sort of thing that they're forcing everyone to turn on. But Linux isn't even an option. It's not, the average person is never going to use Linux. It's just not. If there was one Linux distro that was good, that everyone used, then they might have a choice. And you could run video games. That's the other thing that's a huge problem. You know, I was talking to my friends who are huge Linux guys. They have just Linux everything. And I was like, for my Godot game, I was like, what Linux distro do you think I should export to? And they're like, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Just make sure that it works on Steam, and Steam will do the work for you. And I was like, what the fuck, man? You guys are now like freedom-loving Linux guys, you know? Okay, so these are all just hiding the bars and stuff currently. So on ready, we have update the labels. So we'll jump back down to here. And we only have a couple of labels that are being updated. I guess we can update these other ones. So I'm going to make a method for this. I probably should do a method for these ones too. I think I was half-assing this stuff. So we'll say update worker. This is almost identical. That's why I'm pausing and thinking here. These two things are almost identical. They're just going to different labels. And I'm lazy. Joker, how's it going? So we can put a bool in there. Trying to think of how we want to do this. They're all different, like they're not in like a numbers. The numbers aren't in an array or anything. I guess we're just gonna have to do it manually. Trying to think of a update worker numbers. The first one should actually be the update builder numbers. We'll say number labels, actually. And we'll do 2 of these things. Then eat them. Here we go. And then builder, this one should be first. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I like to somewhat do this. And then we can go current builders label equals county improvement data current. What did I call this? I have max. Where's our current workers and builders? Yeah, so I want to so I want to do the Steam one, but I also want to have. But you're basically stating the problem of why no one's ever going to use Linux mainstream. Is right there. That's the problem. So the plan is to go on Steam, but also I wanted to package it as well for Linux. For what, like the main distro, I'd probably do Debian or Ubuntu or something. Probably Debian, but where is this thing? How was I doing this before without the current workers being assigned? So we don't need one for... Oh, because there was no way to adjust the current workers. The current workers was always 0. Like it was always the same as the max. So that's what it was. So we need to put in a new thing here. Builders. And then we need another one. We need to put int in here. Stinkle, how's it going? And we actually don't need this to be exported. No, this doesn't need to be exported either. And public int current Workers. Poutine. You know, that I don't know why. Um, I mean, I know why. Poutine, when I lived in Montreal for like 3 months, and poutine just looked disgusting to me every time I saw it. I know that you guys love it up there in Canada in the frozen wastelands, and that's the only nutrients you can get is from your poutine farms, but it looks disgusting to me. I know I'm also like one of the few people who think that. Uh, so this should be like this. Forgot something here. And we forgot something here. I'm thinking we might need to set this to 0. Oh, you know what we also got to do is put this down here. We got to put this down here as well. Max builders, adjusted builders, current builders equals. I'm going to forget this one day, and what's going to happen is I'm going to forget to add one of these one day, and what's going to happen is I'm going to have to track down some bug that I'm not going to understand. It's going to be a huge fucking pain in the ass to try to figure out what is going on. Make sure that this is going to the right thing. Okay, so we have that. I think we got to go back to that place where we completed this right here, and I think we need to, when it's completed, we got to zero it out. We don't. I mean, it would. I think it initializes at 0, but I still think we should probably do it. And we'll put this at the top. Right. We'll do it like this. We'll do this even though I just have a feel, ChatGPT always like zeroes shit out, and I feel like that must be, there's a reason it's always doing that. I think that's right. To Stride 3D, no important to there. That would be so much work. So much unnecessary work. It is open source though. So this is so we're going to actually have a couple of things we're going to need to do, because this is going to be updated. I guess we're going to do it here. So you're hitting the buttons. The current workers is not being adjusted. The adjusted workers will be adjusted. And then the max workers does not get adjusted. Let's put it this. Open source. Yes, it's all sorcery to me. Whoop, we did the same exact thing. We want adjusted, and then we're going to put in max builders number label dot text, and we'll put these things here. County improvement adjusted. This is going to work, but I think there's a better way to do this. And we're going to have to look here in a second. So the thing is, like, the adjusted, every time you hit the button, the plus or minus button, it's going to be changed all the time. So I think we're going to want to put a method in there that will adjust this line. These two things will not change, but this one will put a method for both of these things. Then down here, I was trying to think of a better way to do this. Whoops, it's workers. number, label, county improvements, current built workers, current worker. I did it again. Adjusted. I did the exact same thing I just did. Dot text. Stinkle, you're C# guy. Have you heard of Stride 3D? We were talking about it yesterday. Once again, I did the same thing. Adjusted. Workers. Yes. Same thing. I think we're gonna put a method in here. Maybe we can make the method not. It's some other open source C# engine that I had never heard of that I think Ware was mentioning yesterday. Somebody was mentioning. They renamed some other Zinzrog thing. Max workers, and I guess there's no problem with it. The community is very small on it. It's and that's kind of I was saying this yesterday. It's a catch-22. Like, you want to join a community or a new you want to join an open source community, but then if the community is too small, there isn't enough resources and help and stuff. And okay, so here we go. These should be working now to a point. If I dragged everything over, I suppose. I feel like there's so few of us Godot C#. We need a union. What do we got down here? 0, 5, 5. Okay, so we got a problem here. It's a very minor problem. So this adjusted should be, no, the max should be in quotes, or yeah, in a things. I suddenly can't remember what they're called. So this actually should be like this. This shit out of here. What am I doing? We need this, though, to be squigs. And then we'll just copy this down to here. This is going to be max workers. Oh, man. These guys are going hardcore lately. This, viewers thing, I think their algorithm is broken because I didn't see how long this person's been on. Not very long. Generally, I only get hit up with this when I have nobody watching, or like one person selling viewers. But I feel like I have more people because there's more people talking in chat right now. Block, ban. There we go. Okay, what is your problem? That's fine. Let's do this again here while we wait. And then let's look at our county improvements here. 0, 5, 5. And that's what we wanted. So that is working. We should probably construct something here. Exactly. That's the some of them I think they've taken over accounts from the good old days, and then some of them I think, so now we have workers is working as well. Builders is working. Well, that makes me think, do we want... I guess we do, because then we could adjust how many builders, or yeah, how many builders you want before you construct it. So you could adjust it here. Let's pretend we're going to build this again. And then you also could adjust it here. So I guess we do want that. I was thinking maybe we want this to be invisible until you construct it and it goes over here. But that's the same with this use remnants for construction area. I was the same exact thought process was happening yesterday for this. Like, should this only be over here? But I think you could do this, then you could hit this, and that will throw these things once we connect them. But this is working. Now we just need the plus and minus thing to get its act together. And when I say get its act together, I mean we have to program it. So I think what we'll do, we got to link these. We'll make a method for each button, for 2 of the buttons, because we got this basically the same thing happening. And we'll pass like a bool in. I guess I just got to write it, and then we'll run into the problems there. Clear improvements. Usually I like those create county improvement buttons with an S. What does this thing do? Oh, yes, it is buttons. Create all improvement buttons. Wait, well, what are you doing? This is connected up there. Well, what are you doing? Goes through all the county improvement lists and generates them for the player UI. Well, what? Why are there 2 things? There's create all and create. I feel like there's one of these I was editing. This is getting called build confirmation dialog. This goes through all of the county improvement lists and generates them. Oh, this is like this is the top of this thing. Like this calls this thing. That's kind of confusing. We're going to put this summary in here that says create all. Because, I forget what shit does, and then I got to refigure it out every time. So even though it's pretty obvious, this is perfectly in the correct order and everything, and it's right there. Create all county improvement buttons calls this 3 times to create them all. Let's put this like this, though. Okay. So back to this control. We have all the buttons created. Yeah, I guess we have to make this in this thing. I was trying to think of a way that we don't have to have this code duplicated all over the place, but I guess we do. And it's fine. It will be fine. Update workers. So then we have construction button pressed. We're going to have private void minus button minus workers builders button pressed. No, this is minus adjusted minus max builders button pressed. And then grid, how's it going? Then we're going to put another one of these that's the same thing, plus max builders button pressed. And then we're also we're gonna need 2 more of these as well. See, this is the tediousness. I looked at some old Unity code because I was curious. I was like, I wonder how much I've changed doing things, and it was very long, very very long, and I could have done a lot of it with like a for loop or a for each loop. Minus max workers button. And then we're going to need another one of these. Plus max workers button pressed. Whoops. I could copy and paste and then just change the thing, just the one word. And then we're going to build this thing. I'm going to link this with a signal here. But we need a specific buttons. Am I on builders? I am on builders. This one. Minus builders button. This is minus max builders button. Connect. Rename. We're going to rename these things to be the same as what I'm connecting it to. And we're going to do this. And we're going to pick this. And that's the one. Then we're going to go to the workers buttons here. Max. And then we're going to go here. Max. And we're going to go to here. Pick this from here. And pick this from here. And then on here is where I was trying to think of a way that we don't have to have a method for all 4 of these. Maybe 2, probably in the county improvement data, because it's gonna be kind of the same shit. It's all gonna be the same shit, except for one line. This is the number that we're changing for these. Here's some copying and pasting for you. Builders, adjusted builders. This we should just make a method, actually. This is, but let's do, no, it's got to be here. God damn it, it has to be here. We are going to need the AI to be able to do this, so we're going to want to put the AI, this ability, we're going to want to put this ability in here. Or in the county improvement data, because the AI is going to want to do it. They don't need this part where it shows on the screen, you know. So this is going to be a private void update adjusted workers number label. You know what we could do? Because it doesn't really fucking matter. Out of just pure laziness. Labels. We could just do this. We could put this in here. Just have it update both of them, because it doesn't really matter. It will happen so quickly too that it's not like we're. Yeah, I don't think it matters. It's because it's just 2 things. We'll just update both of them. I was thinking we could put a bool in here and then we could say, yes, update one or update the other, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just update both of them. County improvement. Whoops. Adjusted workers. Oh, we want to move that other thing in here too. Adjusted builders. And we'll put this up here. We're going to make this two text. Or two string, I mean. And two string. And so this, we'll put a... we'll put this here. And updates both just because why not? Instead of having it more complicated. And then we'll take this thing, we'll do this. We actually don't need this. And get rid of this crap. There we go. So each one of these has to update those numbers every time you click it. And then the other thing, the thing I was talking about, and I think this can just be one method where we pass in we just pass in, whatchamacallit, an int, no. No, we can't do that. I'm trying to think of the laziest way to do this. It's definitely going to be in here. Because this is what I was talking about. The AI has got to be able to adjust these numbers as well. Even though I don't know if, at this point, if the AI will be doing that. Because it's kind of too complicated for the AI's current intelligence level. It's very simplistic. So we'll go, just double check that I added that shit in here. Current workers, current builders. I did. Qd, how's it going? I don't know how to say your name. Qdra64. Let's see. So if we need to, when you click the plus button, it needs to go up to with a math whatever. Qdra, thank you for the follow as well. So we needed to max out at that, which is at the max builders or the max workers. I guess we'll have to have two different things, but they'll be the same. It will pass in Koidra. I don't think we need 4 of them. I think we might be able to get away with 2 of them, or 1 and a bool. I guess 2 of them. 2 methods. So let's think here, or let's start here. Check if counting. Oh, there's a typo right there. Let's hope we didn't fuck anything up with that change. I like the conversation that's in chat right now. It looks a bit German. It's because I'm German. Yep, that works. That's a good reason. So let's write this and then see if we can make it better later. So this is going to be a public static void. I think we can just say reduce number workers. Let's do builders first, because that's what we're going to test first. So when that thing presses, because we could put a bool in here, and we can just put this as just the number of workers, and we can have the bool sell it if it's a minus or negative or positive, add or reduce. But let's think here, because let's do it first, and then we can adjust it later. We can write it. We can make it better. So the adjusted number of workers is going to be builders. It's just going to be like that. Well, actually, no, it's not going to be that. What do I got? What's your problem here? Oh, it's static, so we can't do a static one. That's fine. That's fine. We need this to have a math min thing, though. And I always have to look up how this works. Math min, actually, I think it. Current builders, max builders. No. We want this to be, does this pick the lowest one? Returns the sum, the smaller, yeah, it picks the lowest one. So if we want it just to not be able to go below 0, so it's not going to be this, it's going to be 0. No, it's going to pick the lowest. So we want it to be math max, I think, which picks the higher one. And then this is going to be, so we're going to go adjusted, and then we're going to go adjusted minus minus. So it will take, so let's say it's 5 and we take away 1, so then it's 4 and we'll make it 4. If it's 1, if it's 0 and we take away 1 and it's -1, it's going to take 0. This is what we want, I'm pretty sure. So we take away 1 and it's -1, it's going to take the higher of the two, which is 0. And then if it's 4, it will take the higher, yes. And then we want to do the opposite. Public void add number builders. This isn't going to actually work now that I'm thinking about it for the AI anyways. And then we'll go adjust max builders equals math min. And it's going to take the max workers, builders, and it's going to be that, I think. And then let's go put this into ChatGPT and tell it to make it better. Can you make this better? See what it says. Clamp. Okay, adjust. I was gonna call it adjusted, but yeah, adjust number of builders. The int is the adjustment. So we would pass in a negative or a positive one. That's not, yeah, so this is better. See, I knew there was a better way to do it. I knew it. I knew that my code sucked. All right, let's do this. We can get rid of this thing. I knew that my code was terrible. All right, we'll get rid of that. We'll go back over to this thing. And so this, we're on builders, yeah. So this is going to go county improvement, well, fuck me. County improvement data dot adjust number of builders. I'm going to rename this. I was thinking I didn't, oh, okay, can't do it yet. I was thinking I didn't need the word of in there, but I don't like it. And this is going to be -1. And then we're going to copy this thing. There's a problem here though. This needs to go up here, and this is gonna be +1, and then we're gonna do this, and this needs to go up here, and that looks right. So let's run it and make sure. Yeah, so on my old Unity code, I put like, I didn't use the clamp thing or any of the math stuff because I probably didn't know it existed. And I manually did like if-then statements, or if-else, I guess. All right, county improvements. So this is the number we want to adjust. Do we want it to only go down to 1? No, because this is a way you can make it so that no one works there. All right, so that works. And I can't go below, and I can't go above. So that's what we wanted. Then we're going to do the same thing for the other thing. We're going to rename this, though. Of. And this one's going to be of workers. And then going to be workers. 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 Whoops. Workers. And then we need to go over to this other thing. Oh, I didn't do a find, whatever. I didn't do a thing. And then this needs to go here. Adjust number of workers. This is the -1, so we're going to do -1. And we're going to do that. We're going to copy that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then we're going to need to test this. And soon we'll have that working. I think right now we'll have it working. Obviously, we're going to have to adjust how the people assign themselves to it. Because they're currently going against the max number, and we were going to need to change it to the adjusted number because the adjusted number didn't exist 5 minutes ago. We need a data pass here. Okay. There we go. That works as well. Perfect. That was all we needed for that stuff. Well, now that I was assuming that was going to take longer. I'm trying to assume things take longer because I'm usually the opposite. Oh, this will take 5 minutes, and then it takes fucking 2 hours. So what else we got to do here? Use remnants for construction. We can't really do that yet. Produce as needed we could do. No, we can't. Not until the goods produced works. I'm really counting on that new update of Godot working and having the bug fixed by next weekend, which I guess I probably shouldn't do. We can write this prioritize button. We can do the prioritize thing. In 2 different things. I had it hide the prioritize button over here, which is wrong, which is right, which is wrong. If we hide the prioritize button over here, then we should hide these things over here. And they only should appear when they're under construction. And we also want the under construction shit to be at the top. So that's something we can fix as well. Yeah, under construction should be at the top. All of the under construction stuff should be at the top. and then your stuff that's building, that's already built, is going to be at the bottom. I think. Originally, I had 3 rows, and I, for some reason, didn't like that. It's because you don't always, like, under construction isn't happen that frequently. Like, at the beginning, it would happen a lot, but then later, you just have this weird empty thing all the time. So I think we should actually hide these. And we're still going to get, I'm still going to run this by Chat GPT, wherever the fuck this thing is, to make this better too. I just want to make sure it's the correct shit. So if it's none, we're going to want to hide the use remnants one. Use remnants under construction is at the bottom. Remove improvements is at the bottom. Under construction, check for construction resources. What is this thing? Oh. This is the part that kind of is not working. Well, I mean, it isn't working. It kind of works, but it's not. So remove improvement, under construction, construction panel, which was that panel that had stuff on it. It has like the cost of construction and stuff. It shows that, but I don't think use, what did I call this thing? Do I even have it in here? I don't even think I have it as a thing. Remnants for construction is a checkbox. Remnants for construction, hide. We're going to hide that. What's the other thing we're doing? Adjust. That's like a bunch of different, it's an H box though. There's an H box that holds that shit all together. So let's put this H box in here. And let's put it right here. Public H box container. This is the adjust max builders H box. And that is going to go right below this. We're going to hide that. This thing should be up here, though. I have a feeling that I'm going to not like this later. And it needs to be right here. And adjust this one. We're going to need another H box, though, for this, the builders. And this is going to go produces needed we have in there too. We're going to have to adjust that. I don't know how many times I've had that typo where I adjust workers H box where I hit the bracket or whatever. So under construction, it's not going to show that. Default, it's not going to show that. Completed, it's going to put this workers panel. Wait, the workers panel might actually be it. Let me look over here. We have a completed one. The workers panel actually it takes care of this. I'm going to put a note of what the fuck this is. We don't need adjust workers HBox. This one's in a panel container and the other one isn't. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not an HBox and it is a panel container. There's a lot of crap in here. No, it's an HBox. The other one is a panel container? I guess it's the whole thing. This has the adjusted, has the worker amounts, and buttons and minus / plus button inside it. I think it looks like it does. Let's build this thing again. Let's get this shit out of here. And back up to here. And here. I think that is it. I called it adjustable, but that's okay. That's okay. So let's run this again and see where we're at here. I'm going to take a break after this. Right after this, let's see. Yeah, so it gets rid of that thing. I think that's better. I really don't like this, how this isn't centered, but we're not going to worry about it. And then over here, we need to turn that shit back on, though. We have the under construction thing. Adjust max workers bot. We need to show this one. In remnants for checkbox. Did I not? I just copied this over here. All right, I'll leave this up and then I'm going to go take a quick break. And I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't hear. And I will be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. And let's see. That was not as long as a break as I thought. I thought I was sitting out there forever. And I was not. Let's see. Adjusting my music that you guys can't hear. All right. We didn't turn that thing on. Did I rerun this? I did, and it's still not appearing here. I think I reran it. No, I think I just saved it. Let's go here. Yeah. What are you working on, Sneagle? You're always working on something interesting. At least I think it's interesting. Okay, construction. Yes. There they are. And let's just make sure they work. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta test shit. And this is not clickable, which is what we want. This is... we need the prioritize button to come back to... Is it here and I don't see it? I see the show is here. Under construction. Where are you at, little buddy? Prioritize checkbox. Prioritize H box. Container. I used Docker one time. Well, what the fuck was it for? It worked. It actually was surprising. I forget what that was for, but I had to run in Docker instance and I never encountered it before. And I used some sort of just a wild guess. And whatever the script was that I was running, it automatically like created the Docker instance, but it all worked fine. I don't know why this is not showing up. We do have that H box. So completed. It is under construction. I'm wondering if we can just do this H box though. Is this all just an H box up here? Because we don't need both if we're doing that. It is, so... Oh, this is the thing. I don't know why I didn't put the label in there. But we can just make this an H box that... And it's already in there. Oh, that's the progress bar. Oh, these are progress bars. No, here's the prioritize. I have it under hide. Here's the problem. And I have the H box. It's just the wrong shit was set. Construct button is hide. There we go. I played a game. I streamed a game the other day that was made in Godot. I was quite happy to. Oh, this is this other bug that just appears every once in a while. I was quite happy to. It had some 3D stuff in it. It had some 2D stuff. It was called Skies Above the Great War, I think. It was about planes above the Great War. The Great War. There's our prioritize button that we wanted. Okay, so let's pretend that we finished this construction here. I guess I don't need to pause it. I'm always into pausing things. We have another prioritize, the same prior, it's going to be different. I wonder if we want to turn that off when it goes. Then we have produce as needed, and we have this thing. Let's double check that this thing. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. How would I rate the game? It needs some work. That's how I would rate it. There's a variety of minor issues that make it kind of miserable to play. This guy's name is Earl. Earl is a top 100 name, huh? Why do I feel like that's not true? I don't know anybody named Earl. I put the top 100 names in the North America as what it could be. It's not the rules. It's just that there's some stuff that's bizarrely done. Not bizarrely done. It just it needs work. Like there's just things that one of the things that just pops off the top of my head. There's a strategic map, and you can speed up time or whatever, and then you can click on like one of your combat units, and then zoom in to real time or to actual where you're like flying the plane. But it remembers the speed you were on the map, and it doesn't tell you that that's going on. So at first I was like, why the fuck am I flying so fast? And so like little things like that, like need to be adjusted. And the flying was very strange too. So it just like it's playable and it's somewhat fun, but it has all of these things that I really love too, and all the controls are exactly how I want them too. It hit everything, but it just needs some more work. I assume he's gonna do more work, though. He didn't release it to early access. I'm wondering if there's a reason that lately I've noticed a couple of indie games have released not to early access, but they're definitely early access. Like, I'm wondering if there's now a reason not to do early access. Okay, so next thing we got to do, we've got, what happened here? Improvement description, converted warehouse. What happened there, and then why is this the first time I've seen this? Converted warehouse. Oh, because some research finished. Because I let more time pass. Now let's look at my localization. I bet you I changed what it was called, and I didn't update the thing. It, it was like a planet coaster experience. It was kind of funny. What was that thing? Improvements. Converted warehouse. We're going to copy this, and we're going to go back to our converted warehouse. It looks like it's here. No, it's the description, though, wasn't working. There's probably a typo in here somewhere. It looks okay. Oh, something changed when I did that. I don't know what it was, but there was definitely a typo. So I see those type of bugs even in AAA games. Even in like Crusader Kings and stuff where the descriptions aren't. Let's run this a little bit and see what we... And I assume it's... yeah, these guys are all researching basic storage is what's going on. I have the numbers really low, so they complete the research in like 10 seconds. How about we store our stuff in an abandoned building? Perfect. For some reason, I was thinking about how all the infrastructure stuff is going to work, and I'm really looking forward to doing that part, but it's like, oh, I'm also going to change how this works, too. I think of what I'm going to do with these remnants and old food, scavengeable resources, as we're calling them. I think what I'm going to do is have a much larger number that is slowly goes down over time. So, like, if you don't, like, the people are scavenging, but if you put, like, a scavenger's warehouse or whatever, you'll get, if you let them sit around, they slowly deteriorate over time. I think that's what I'm going to do. But that's way off from where I'm at. Did I put this? Let's see if I put that in my thing. That's going to be somewhere. Probably in research ideas. I don't think I have a tab just for resources. County info panel. It's kind of here. Storage? It's probably under storage. Let's do this. This will work. Have county scavengeable resources deteriorate over time. Thus, so like, they would start with a much larger number and slowly go down, and the player would need to scavenge them before they are all gone. I'm going to put a note in this too. More information here. Edit. Once they have been scavenged and put into storage, they won't deteriorate. There we go. Because you want a stockpile of that shit. All right, so this actually worked when I guess I didn't change anything. I just copied that over. Sometimes it gets weird when you mess with that file and you got to re-import it. All right, so let's go through what we got to work on though. Let's construct one of these things. The next step will be, actually we need to put the progress bar is next. And that shouldn't be that hard because we already have the information. Let's make this larger though. Fisher's Shack, the amount of work we need to update. I don't think I'm actually on the Fisher's Shack though. We're gonna have to redo this daily resources generation because there's gonna be different ways to do this. Where is our amount of construction is 5. So let's put this at like 500 so that it's much larger. Maybe that's too large. Let's go 100. And I don't think this is linked to anything, but let's test it. Because so far there have been a few things that have actually already been connected. I'm pretty sure that we haven't fucked with this though. 99% sure. So we'll do that. We'll speed this up so a day passes. And then we'll go to our county improvement. Yeah, so something would have been finished at this point. Actually, we got to fix this. So the current, we got to be able to see how many people are working on it. So I guess we'll come back to this. And we're going to also want to yeah, we're going to want to we'll get back. We'll get to that. So this is going to be under like the county stuff, which I think I closed a bunch of this crap out. The banker, we don't need skill data, population list, population control. We shouldn't have to mess with that. County info control, we shouldn't have to mess with that. County resource data, I don't think we'll. County data, we may. Let's, oh, it's already pinned. Normally I have this stuff over here, kind of like in order. We're not messing with research right now, so we'll close that. I should have a county thing. I don't think we need this right now. Faction data, I usually have stuck up here somewhere. County generation, I hope we don't have to fuck with that. County improvements, we're going to be messing with that a little bit. So let's pull open county, the county script. And wherever that thing is, probably county AI might also Where am I at here? UI. County is right here. So we're going to have it, let's see. The current, so how it works is we need to go to this thing. On day start, it's going to check for construction. And it's going to assign a worker. It's going to update their location. It's going to update their thing. And before, we didn't have a current workers thing. Oh, I had a current workers thing and I got rid of it because we were counting this number. We were just counting this list. So I guess we could do that again. Yeah, I think that's why. Yeah. That's what I was doing. I totally forgot about that. We just counted this list of worker, or not that one. There's a list on each county improvement. And then in that way, we always had the exact correct people. I fucked with this for like, man, there is like I missed one. And so that like one thing where I was counting that number. So back over to this improvement control. How are we're making it, we need to do this wherever the fuck that thing was. It's actually here. And we're gonna do something to this eventually. Update building numbers. Current builders num label should not be this. And we actually, let's go back to our county improvement data and just get rid of this crap. I was wondering why that seemed so strange to me that was missing, but now it all has come back. Shouldn't we get some? We should have some sort of issue there. Yeah, there's our issues. So this is going to actually be people, whatever that was, people at improvement dot count. Whoops. You don't want a thing at the end? I guess not. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're actually going to do the people at improvement.count. Yeah, I guess you don't want a thing. That's the other thing. The list where I have the special list has the thing at the end. Okay, so that should be there. Oh wait, we got another. So this doesn't need to be set to 0 either because, let's put a gap in here because it is 0. Let's see if we get problems. I think the list is always initialized, but we'll find out right here. And then we go county improvement, we construct you. 5 out of 5 is fine. There should actually be people assigned there now. There's 5 people assigned there. So that's what we wanted. That's correct. We got to go back to this. Where the fuck was that thing? It was under county. Where is county? We're going to pin this thing. We're going to move it right here. It kind of goes in order. Check for construction. So we're going to adjust this thing as well. Did you go over here? Because we have to have that prioritized thing, and that's why I was like doing this a second ago. Circling this with the mouse is we're gonna have to fuck with that. Because if it has prioritized, it should go above everything else, and put the builders or whatever there. And we might actually be able to put that. Well, we'll look. I was thinking we might do it in one spot instead of 2 different spots. So if this is less than max builders is wrong. We want this adjusted max builders, which will default to 5, but if you have adjusted it down. And then it's going to be the same thing when we go for this one right here. I'm probably going to miss one of these, and it's going to be catastrophically bad. There should be one more spot, too. Let's search for max workers, actually. What is this? This is research. No, we're back here. Max workers actually shouldn't be used that frequently now that we've added the adjusted one. Okay, I think that's it. Sounds good. I've mentioned this many a times. I'm a lurker myself. I'm always, if I just like sit, eat dinner or something. I'm a big watching of things while I eat dinner. Here at this computer, this is where I sit and eat dinner too. All right. Construct. Boom. Let's adjust this to 4, just to make sure that this is working. And then at 1 a.m., we should have gotten some people. Okay, it didn't work. It bumped it to 5. Let's go back and adjust it again and see what happens in the morning. Yeah, it keeps putting it back to 5. So what's going on here? I don't actually think it's here is the problem. Let's go back to how, oh, did I not save this shit? Oh, it's like the classic mistake is not saving stuff. The other one is not pushing things to GitHub. We're gonna put this at 4, and it still does it though. Why is it? So let's see. This is the right number. Are we not assigning it to the right thing? It should be in here. No, this is adjusted max builders and adjusted max workers. We're looking at builders right now. So this is getting assigned to the right thing. So when they're going through update work location, if the count is less than this, then it can add someone. We're looking at workers. It should be the same, but let's look at builders. Maybe there's something else in the builders. Where the fuck is my builders thing? Check for any work. This could be the problem. I think I have this set to use. No, I might have this set to use workers everywhere when it should have been builders. There might have been an old bug in here. So check for construction. No, we got max builders in here. Okay, so it's adjusting this. I'm wondering if it's not the copy isn't right. When we're doing this county improvement adjustments, I wonder if this county improvement data that's being stored here is not the right one. What we would have gotten, there's a kind of a way to tell. Well, it's adjusting the construction thing. So this is under construction. And we're adjusting it inside of the county improvement data. Maybe we're adjusting the wrong one. This is the control. Yeah, this is the control. No, we're adjusting it on. How is this thing getting assigned? It's getting instantiated. When this thing opens, it's instantiating from this list. This is making a copy of it. Okay, so here's the problem. It's this new copy. So the new copy, when we adjust the new copy, it's not actually, this can't be a new copy, is basically what the problem is. Because it's got to be the same thing that we're adjusting here. Otherwise, our shit isn't getting saved. So we've been fucking with this for on and off forever. This has been an ongoing weirdness. So we have this list, create county improvement button. It's pulling it from this list of county improvements, over here. But we don't need it. We don't want it to be a new copy of the thing. We want it just to be this county improvement. I guess I could just get rid of part of this. We want it just to be here. And that should, whatever it's called, a reference, it should just be now a reference to that. Maybe I put that new copy in because I was just worried we weren't getting it, but it shouldn't be a copy. We got to be editing the exact thing, waiting for something to explode. Nothing has exploded yet. Now explosion. Okay, here's the problem. It does need to be a new copy. Because this one, the thing on the right, so the list, so for the first run through for this one, so for the all improvements, which is on the right is a list of all the improvements you can make. That one needs to be a new copy. How are these other things getting added? So we go through the list and it adds this child. How are these things being under construction and county improvements? It's always making a new copy. How has this ever worked? Parent add. County data under construction improvement. So what we got to do So let's go back. Can I just go back here? There we go. This has to be like that for this first list. When are we adding it to this other list? So we add it to this other list under the building confirmation button, which I was like, I don't think we need this, and I closed it, but we do need it. Building confirmation button. So this build improvements, it does that charge for building, and then it recreates all the buttons. Once again, making a copy of those buttons off of the list. But the thing is if we're adjusting the new copy, we're not adjusting the actual thing on the list. So let's fix the first step. The first step is going to be when we generate these lists, the thing does need to be a new copy. So this does need to be a new copy, but only from here. This list is the one where we need, so we're going to need to put in like a bool or some shit in here. So let me think. We know no, this won't help. So the right panel, this panel over here, this list shouldn't be affected by, oh look, we haven't it's because we adjusted it over, it's under construction over here. This list shouldn't be changed because this list is like you can build multiple of the same thing. It's always should show the same shit. So it does need a new copy. So I guess we'll put a bool in here. I don't like this. We'll put this down here. There's got to be a better way, but right now we'll put a bool and we'll say all county improvements. And I almost put a question mark at the end. This is going to be true. And then this is going to be false. False. All county improvements. False. And then if this is, so on here, needs to be above add child. Yeah, okay. If all county improvements is true, we do this, KD, else we do equals county improvement data. And then we'll run this. I have a feeling this is not the best solution. I don't know why I keep saying that today and yesterday I think. Okay, construct. So now we have a new one over here. And let's adjust this to 4. So that's the new one. So this is an old one. These ones we don't give a fuck about because, I mean, we do give a fuck about them, but we don't want to fuck with them because that's the real list. And this makes a new copy. And then when we put, let's go back to our build dialog. Build county improvement. We're passing in a county improvement. And it's the county improvement, the new one. That's the new one that we just created. So it's adding this new county improvement, I'm assuming. What do? It sets it to under construction and it adds it to this list. And then it sorts the list. There was that weird thing. I'm going to put a note in before I forget. We got to have it so that construction is at the top. Under construction, county improvements need to be at the top of the current county improvements container. I don't want to say list because it's not, I'll think we're talking about a list, a C# list, some sort of list. Okay. So that, I think that that will work for that part. I mean, it seems right. So we put this at 4. And then let's see. We just need it to go to 1 a.m. here and we'll know. Okay, so that worked. So that was the problem. We needed a if else. If else? Whatever. Let's see what happens when we make it 3 now and another day passes. So I knew this was going to be a thing. And the player's just going to have to adjust to it, I think. Because it only updates once a day. Like the people only, check their jobs once a day. So did this go to 3? It did not. So it will go to 3 once somebody decides to stop working there. So I wonder, let's see, let's run this for a minute here and we'll check it I don't know why I'm pausing this every time. We'll see if it ever goes to 3. It should. Oh, they finished? Well, I thought okay, 100 wasn't enough for our testing. I thought 100 would be plenty, but I guess not. Let's put these at 500. Fisher Shack. 500. And I don't think it's going to work the way I think. So how often do they check? They check their loyalty to see if they want to work there. It should be daily. Did I redo this? I don't know if I did. It should be daily that it rechecks stuff. They won't leave until they hit a certain number of things, like there's too many. It's basically loyalty. So let's put this at 4 again. Let's let it run to 1 a.m. So there's our 4, and then let's just run this at 8, and we'll check daily here. Oh, we need to make this to 3, though. And then looks like they never leave. I think they're supposed to, though. They're supposed to recheck. So there's a couple of things that could be going wrong here. Well, it looks like it's all these guys at the top. It's still at 3. Is it still the guys at the top? Yeah, so there's got to be. I thought they were checking their well, what's their loyalty? Well, their loyalty is through the roof. Is the problem. They're not they're not starving or anything. Come on, guys, can't you starve to death for me as a test? So the idea is that they'll keep working there until their loyalty goes down. Oh my God, look at this person. They're absolutely awful at construction. So the idea was that we don't need, I think I have it in there, so it just like, if it checks their loyalty, it just jumps to the next thing. So we weren't like going through all these other checks that are down below. But that's going to change now because you can adjust this. So I wonder how we do, oh, okay, we can do this. We can do a check. This is what we do. So let's go back into here. We'll have another check and we'll say like, is the adjusted equal to the, we'll basically have to write a thing in there that checks to see if it's a lower number or a higher number. Either one, because I don't think, let's test that. I don't think anyone's going to jump on here. Actually, I bet you somebody will start working here if we put this up to 5, but they won't. Yeah, I bet you there's 5 people there now. Yeah. So they'll add, they won't remove. one of the future things I want to do is have like a basically give more life to the people who work on here. Talking about that skies war above the whatever skies above the Great War. So I always have like wanted video games where you can see every single person and see what they're like, if they're wounded or whatever. And that skies above the war game, they actually have every pilot is accounted for, and you look through it and you pick which pilot you want to fly what plane, and you know, if they die, then you cry. And that's the whole thing. I want you to feel suffering and pain when someone dies. Depression should take over at some point. That's the goal. All right, and they do that. And even that, but I wasn't paying attention to my guys; they were just dying. And in that game, he has this same issue with this thing. Oh, look, here it is. Here's that thing's happening. Where it's zooming in and out, but look at this. It doesn't happen there. Motherfucker. So it's when you're on the scroll bar and you scroll in and out. Piece of dog shit. Okay, we're going to put that in there. When your mouse is on the scroll bar of the event log and you scroll, the map scrolls in and out. That was not the problem I was talking about. Okay, this still needs to be at the top. Start tool tipping. We have not done that. We have done nothing in the sorts. Okay, so what we need to do, this goes through each county improvement. And if the county improvement number, so it goes for each county population and possible workers, that's like a list that's generated earlier. So the problem, I was thinking maybe we just, when we hit this negative button, we just take a guy off. But the problem with that is that what happens if you're like, oh, okay, oh no, I want 3 guys now. You would have, it's suddenly going to be down to 1. You know, you would have fired a bunch of people at that point. What we could do is on visibility change, when we close this, you're setting it and it would fire everybody. Yeah, I'm always trying to like think of what the player could do. I guess I'm trying to make it idiot proof, as they say. And I know like I'm thinking of myself as the idiot. You know, like what is the player gonna do? Oh yeah, 4 people sounds, no, I want 5. No, 2 would be better. That's me. That's what I would be doing. No, just 1 guy. And then I'm gonna construct this, you know, that type of thing. And at this point, I've fired everybody. But maybe that's what we should do. Because you would see it. We can make it so that this number updates as you. But then you're like, oh shit, I want to put them back. And they're not going to be added back in until the next day. Because every day they only adjust their work in the morning. I think we should just get rid of them on here. Man, that's a conundrum for me. The big problem is like you can kind of screw yourself, but it's only a day though. It's only a day. And a day isn't that big of a deal in this. I mean, it seems like a big deal right now, but all right, yeah, let's do that. So what we'll do is when you hit this oh man, this is gonna be kind of a pain in my ass too, though. Not that big of a pain in the ass. Okay, so on here, no, on here, in the county improvement data, when you adjust this, we're going to put a little thing in here that says if adjusted builders is less than people population at count, then remove the last person on the list. We could also have it remove a random person just for fun. Currently, everything is very like it's going down a list, and I kind of don't like that. You know what we should do? Even though this is gonna be so, we were just looking at this thing, and this guy sucks. When we subtract one, it should get rid of the worst one. But then what you would do, what the player would end up doing when if they ever noticed this or if they knew it, is they would start firing. They would go through and like every day they would get rid of the lowest one. This guy might just be immediately rehired because he's going to be idle. But I think that's what we'll do. We'll put a note here. Remove the lowest skilled worker. So there's kind of like I'm going to call it a pet peeve, but it's not that level of upsetness. But you know, like in strategy games, when people know the ins and outs of how a strategy game works so much that they figure out ways to get around how the game's programmed, basically. And I'm trying to like, so you go on someone's Discord or some game's Discord, and there's a guy who plays it on like the hardest setting, and always wins faster than anyone else. And then you look at how he does it, and it's like, oh well, he figured out that you could whatever, adjust your max workers in this certain way to get around this thing. And they've like basically like a rules lawyered it to the point where they're not even like playing the game. They've just figured out ways to exploit things. And you're like, oh, okay, well, you're just exploiting not what the programmers intended. And I'm trying to make it so that that isn't possible. Well, of course, that's impossible to what? Impossible, But anyways, okay, so we're going to have to sort the list, and I always forget how to do that, too. I need this list sorted by... let's do this. It's already on my clipboard. Skill. God damn it. I think it's skill. Skills. Oh, we're not going to know what skill they're using. Yes, we do. We do. There's a thing here. Work skill. Work skill. Skill level, I think it's called. All right, so we need this. And I'm gonna take a break a little bit earlier because I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to put this up, and I'll be right back. I think I saw that last second tick off as I sat down. I don't know. It takes a long time to take a dump, you know? That's part of life. And I had a smoke too. All right, I'm going to change my music that you guys can't hear to something. I have this weird archive mix that has appeared on my YouTube music thing, and it's pretty good. It's all the music I listened to a long time ago, so that's what I'm listening to. Let's see, what were we doing? I forget. Oh yeah, we were gonna ask ChatGPT to sort this list. I always just ask ChatGPT to do this shit. One day it will connect in my brain. You sort this list by this, by skill level. Lowest first, and then we'll just get rid of the lowest. They left the 0 in there. I thought it would be smart enough. Oh, it thinks skills. Oh, wait. We need to sort. I need to do this. The 0 threw it off. Like I said, I was hoping to be smart enough, but actually I see that why it would think. There is a list of skills, but I want it to sort. Sorry. I want the population at improvement list sorted by by skill level. So let's see, it takes the thing out. Nope. Do I care? I was about to say, I don't want it to change this one, but maybe I don't give a shit. I'm trying to think if there's a reason why we would care. Let's not care right now. So let's sort this thing. I think link's already on here. It really wants this to be over here, and I don't like it. I like it over like this. Collection and initialization can be simplified, huh? Are you saying that right here? Oh, with the dots. The dot things are weird to me still. We'll use it, but it's weird to me. Population, order by... Okay, so it's going to now the population, and so how is it? I think we are using this. Let's see. Shut up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think it's going to remove it. I think the order does matter. So let's go back to wherever that is. What was I doing? That was the county improvements control when we push it, but it was under county data actually. So it's right here. We're gonna have to have a new list of this. Normally I'm always like, this is what I always want. That's probably why it did it. It does have like some sort of memory thing, but I want it to be a new list. I want it to be a new list. I think I can just do, new list, but I'm just going to make ChatGPT do it. Oh, don't look at that. It used var. I told it never use var in my presence. We'll copy this though. It probably doesn't. Whoops. We don't need that. It probably doesn't need. It probably doesn't know what the list is the thing. List of county population. Never use var in my presence. There we go. And I'm going to call this sorted lowest skill level. And we should make this its own method and just have it return a thing. I'm going to make this, what are we in? County improvement. We're going to do a private. We're going to do a private county population. Sort lowest worker. Get lowest skilled worker. And we're going to go like this. Twitch is showing a commercial for water. On my channel, it's showing a commercial for water. And I have my, well, not on this channel. I had, on my other channel, I got rid of, we got to return then. I got rid of the affiliation thing to try to get rid of all the commercials. I didn't think it showed commercials to when you're not an affiliate. It probably does sometimes, right? We got to put this thing in here. County population lowest skilled population equals. You know, I think I can put this down here. I think I can just put this down here. And I can go like this. You know, what was I? Oh, it was, I'm not watching. I looked at some dumb choosy beggars thing on, maybe I can't put it down here. I thought I could just do population. I guess I can't do it up here. I thought I could do it all in the return. Equals. I don't know what I'm doing here. You go up here. You go down to here. There we go. Anyways, I saw whatever. There was people were buying a bunch of soda and they said they didn't have any money, and I was like, what's wrong with water? Like that's all I drink now. Ever since I stopped drinking alcohol. Just water, man. I drink so much fucking water. I don't know when the last time was I had a soda. Oh wait, no, I bought a soda somewhat recently and it was fine, but it was like, it's like I have like one soda a year. And you know, I was talking, I drink tap water. I don't buy like bottled water. And I was talking to somebody and they were like, why don't you buy bottled water? And I was like, I drink tap water. And they're like, can you drink tap water where you live? And I was like, I'm not going to live anywhere where I can't drink the tap water, you know? So then we're going to go here and we're going to go population, remove this thing. And I think this will work. Remove lowest skilled worker. Okay, so this should, so whenever it's going to adjust the number of builders, if the adjusted max builders is less than, we're not going to do it if it's higher, because that they got to wait a day. But if this, so then we also need it to a, which is already there. We're only going to test the builder part. This should be person. Lowest skilled person, because this is going to work or whatever. Lowest still population. God damn it. Population. Because it's going to work. Oh, this is not going to work. God damn it. Are we still assigning? Let's look at our county population. I can't remember if we're still assigning these differently. There's work. We are not. We used to assign it if it was building, it was different than if it was. This isn't going to work. We'll put a bool in here. Again, we'll pass in a bool. I don't want to. I'm trying to think if there's another way to do it. County improvement data. Oh, we can do this thing too. Except I want you down here. So the reason this isn't going to work is because when they're constructing something, they use the construction skill, and when they're building or when they're working at a place, they're using their work skill. So if we put a bool in here, constructing, and then we say true, and then if we go it's going to be at all enums skills, and we'll go skill equals, get out of here, and we'll put skill right here, and we'll say if what the fuck is going on here? If constructing is true, skill equals all enums dot skills dot build construction. Else, I'm gonna put this in a chat GPT. What the fuck? As well. We gotta do this. In this. And then we're gonna go else skill equals county work skill. Okay, let's put this in and tell it to make this better and see what it gives us. Oh, I didn't tell it. I didn't tell it anything. It's also trying to correct this C#8 thing. First or default, to handle the case where the list might be empty because you keep 0 if you're sure the list is never empty. Is the list ever going to be empty? The list is going to be empty on a regular occasion. So what did it say? With first or default, let's see how that looks. First or default, so they just stick that at the end. And then let's go over to here. And was there a period here? What does this actually give you? Or a default value. What's the default value? Returns default if empty, otherwise the first. What is the default? Null? I want it to be null. If it, well, let's just see what happens. I think it's going to be busted. Is what's going to happen, because we're going to have a 0 right at the beginning. We can test it immediately and get a 0. Like the very first second. We can go like this, and this, and then this, and this. So this is 0. But I don't think it's going to get triggered until we... It doesn't do anything. Well, let's see what happens. 3. We have it on 3. 1 a.m. We don't have any bugs. They're at 3. So that should have gotten rid of somebody. This didn't update, though, and I think we just might not have that updating in the right spot. So let's go over to here. I thought I put it after. Oh, it's actually in. No, it's in here. Isn't it? County Improvement Control. County Improvement Container. It's on here. When we click the minus, update adjusted number labels. This should... Oh, my control click doesn't work again. I can't figure out why that stops working sometimes. This doesn't update the current workers. So that's going to be, because we didn't need it to until just now. Come on. This is going to be population count. Once again, two string. I think we'll just keep this updating all of them. We'll copy this and put it. We don't need to copy that. Yes, we do. We need a copy of this, and we're going to actually put it here. This is the one we want to change, though. Okay. We're not even going to be able to see that shit. And we'll be able to tell, though, if this is working, because it's counting the list. So first, we're going to construct this thing. We're going to put it at 3. Whoops, 3 again. I keep wanting to click this button for some reason. We'll let it run till 1 a.m. It should be at 3 now. We'll go to 2. There we go, and it's working. We have now fired everyone in the whole group. So let's run what happens when we fired everyone, and let's see what happens. We need a day to pass. Okay, but the other thing I just thought of, so there's 3 people back on, it says that are still working here. 1 o'clock has passed, but I think the problem is their thing isn't getting updated. I don't think they're actually working there. It's that their thing isn't getting updated. So yeah, their activity, when they get removed off that list, their activity, it probably actually still thinks they're working somewhere, but they're not actually on any list to work anywhere. So I wonder if we can have a list with notify. We have one of those where it has an event fires off when the list is adjusted, and we could change their, if they're added to the list, or we can just update their activity to idle. So if we fire them off of that, let's go back to this thing. No, we're on the right spot. Um, where's my minus buttons? Here they are. See, now my control works. I can't figure out why certain times it doesn't work and other times it doesn't. Doesn't. So we could just put in here where we manually adjust the update. We update their activity. The problem I'm thinking here is there's a lot of stuff in my game where we're doing like manually doing stuff. It would be nice if it was just triggered by an event or something. Because then it just leads to errors if I have to manually put all this shit in there. And this has actually been an ongoing thought where like this is like a ton of stuff. So like when we update this activity, I always have to put this in. But if we had it like a list with notify, it'd really fuck with a bunch of stuff though. I guess we'll just do it this way and then we'll suffer the consequences later. So what we'll do here is we will go county population. What did I call him down here? Lowest skilled population. Sure. Lowest skilled population equals this thing. And this is for builders. We need to add this in once we get this working to the other part. But then this is being removed from there. And we're also going to update activity to idle. And then we remove them from the list. It really would be nice if this did it on its own. But this thing has been annoying me since yesterday, maybe longer. And I should probably just fix it, but I, for some reason, just don't want to. All right, let's put this thing, though, into our workers. Adjust number of workers. Wait, was that where we were doing this? Adjust number of builders. Adjust number of workers. And this is going to be false, though. There's a part I just missed here, though. I was like, wait, isn't there some other thing we want here? We want it like that. If the adjusted max workers is less than the population at the improvements, we set this, we move them from the list. Okay. All right. Keeping an eye out for bugs down here. Let's just take one down to 4. Let it run to 1 a.m. Double check this. So we have 4 people working there. That's right. Let's get rid of one person. Go back to here. All right, we have another step we have to do. And so this is like another thing, you know? On the list of things that we have to be adjusting all the time is these 2 items. Update current county improvement. We have to pass this in. We have to pass in null. to this thing. We could put a thing in here that we like update the activity. If the activity equals no, or equals idle, then we null that out. There's probably a reason we didn't do that, but we could. If the activity is idle, their county improvement can't be anything. So let's put that in there and see what happens. It's probably going to just trash my whole game. But if activity is equal to idle, then county improvement, what is this thing called? Current county improvement equals null. Trying to think if there's any place where we would have this where idle wouldn't do that. But let's see. We'll find out soon enough. Well, I guess it could be years down the road where we notice that this being a problem. Okay. Well, yeah, we need to construct you. We can leave it at 5 this time. Well, I don't think we've tested that. There we go. Only 2 idle workers. There's our 5 people. This guy's unhelpful. Frank. And we'll go to our county improvement. We'll lower it 1. We'll go back to here. And now Frank, well, he was on. Okay, so this person, Michael Reed, is now idle. His construction is 11, which is the lowest. So it booted him off. He was the one that was fired. And then he's now idle. Let's let this run for a day till 1 a.m. the next day. And we'll go back to here. This says 4. Is that what I put that on? Yeah, because I started at 5 this time. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people still working there. And he started scavenging, which is good. What's his scavenging skill? A 9. This guy just sucks. We need him to get a job doing labor. What do you like to do, dude? Do you like to do biology? No, that's your interest. Labor is his preferred work. Great. Not that we have any labor for him to do, but let's go back to this thing. Let's fire all but 1 person. Let's go back to here. This person's construction skill is 32. That's better than all these other people. Let's go back to here. Let's fire this last person. Let's close this. Let's look. So now we have an empty list over there. Let's let time pass to the next day. And we got a bug. See, it's that empty list. Remove from county improvement. What is this? I mean, where is this getting? All right, Grid. Have a good night. I think I'm also going to call it a day soon. So what this is doing, it's trying to remove someone already. I wonder why, where this is. It thinks somebody's on a list here. Still. Population AI, keep working at county improvement 141. I don't think I have that one open. I wonder if it's that it removes them. I bet you it is. It's setting them idle, and it's probably, what is this thing that? Yeah, so what happened is when we set this to idle, it automatically is removing them from their county population, their current county population. Current county improvement is now null. And now it's then right after that, it's trying to remove them from this thing. But it's already, we just nulled it out by making that one change. Let's do this. Can we put this inside? Where the fuck are you? You're just up here somewhere. You're around here somewhere. Can we? If this is idle, we can we do this? What if this is already null? If this is already null, then we should get a bug, I think. Because if the activity that comes through is making them idle, but they already aren't. They were already idle before for some reason. Because I'd really like to make things more automated. I don't think this is going to work for research either. What did I do with research? Current research item data. We'd have to get rid of that too. I don't think you get a bug if you're trying to remove something that's there already, but I think we will get a bug if this is null. We could null check it. But we're also going to have to get rid of current research item data. Because this is it's a similar thing, but they're researching. I think, what did we do? We just put a question mark right there. And then we go current research item data question mark. Is there people at the thing though? I don't think so. But we would go equals null. Okay, we can't have this. I kind of want to do it this way. I think I already had it like getter setter or some shit that was doing this. But it would be nice if we had we didn't have to manually have all that crap in there. I'm pretty sure this null check thing will work, but what do I know? I don't know shit, right? There's a strange song. Oh, it's Le Tigre. Okay. First, let's open up. No, let's do this. Let's put this, let's construct somebody. We got 5 on here. We're going to leave that as 5. 1 a.m. has passed. We have these 5 people working there. Let's shit can one of them. Now we have 4 people working there. This person, I think, was Joyce Cook. It's my sister. Let's shit can another one. This looks right. I'm not really checking very thoroughly, but let's let a day pass here. Okay, we got a bug. Exception thrown. We might have to go back to the other. I might have made it like something bad. Check if county improvements are done. Invalid enumerator option. County data 115. This one you can't click on it for some reason. County data 115. For each county population in the county improvement data, county at population. Did I shit can everybody? No, there's still 3 people there. All right, we're gonna go back to the other way. I don't like it, but we're gonna. I think I'm adding more issues that I'm solving here. And then what we'll do is we'll update county improvement on that one when we delete them. And we'll make their county improvement. There's probably like a labyrinth of issues that I'm opening up there if I do it that way. Adjust. We're on builders. That was the where's my adjust thing that I was just working with? It's this one. Nope, that's not it. It's in here. So we have to update the activity. And then we're going to go lowest skilled population, current county improvement equals null. Oh, wait, no, that's not how we do shit. I think we have a thing. Remove from county improvement. And then we pass in null. And what is your problem? There we go. That thing just makes it null automatically. So what actually, let's double check what this does. Oh, it removes, it automatically has it removing it. Oh, it also updates to idle. Oh. Makes activity idle and removes the population from the population improvement list. Then back to here, wherever the fuck I was doing this. So what we need to do is this. And we don't need that either. This is going to automatically remove them from their county improvement. Hopefully. Then we're going to run this again. And we're going to do 5. Then we'll fire someone to 4. I don't think I cut that other stuff out. I think I left it in there. I hope I left it in there. We're going to build you. We're going to get 5 construction workers here. We're going to fire one of them. We're going to let some time pass. And we didn't get any bugs yet. We have 4 people working here. Let's go back to this. Let's go down to... Let's just do another day of like where it goes down 1. Do we have 3 people work? Idle fishers. This thing happened. So this isn't nulling out. It removes them from the list, but it doesn't null out their current. Did I just remove that? Because this should be null. Maybe I just deleted that when I was fucking with shit, or I just found an issue that was. Just making sure that that I did adjust some things. And I was in line at coffee today for like 30, 45 minutes. It was a very long time. They were having all sorts of issues. I felt bad for them because they had so many people, like, just everything was going wrong. And I woke up later that night. I actually am pretty stoked when I get to sleep in a little bit. All right, we're at 4. Oh, I didn't check the problem, though. I think they automatically got kicked over to scavenging. So let's do this. It still says it. Betty Kelly. Betty Kelly, what is your problem? So I removed you. You shouldn't have this. How is this being generated? This is the population row. Whoops. Population row is a UI scene. Actually, let's first look at another thing, though. I think they all get destroyed and recreated every time I open and close that, but maybe it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, generate population row. Yeah, it's instantiating the list every time. So that it must be. Let's double check that what I'm doing this right. Remove from county population. Current county. It removes them from the list. The current county improvement is null. Where else would we be stashing this shit? Let's look at the row. Oh, I actually have it open right here. Did I just open it? On click, we go. So this row doesn't actually do anything. We wanted this thing. And this is, yeah, it destroys it. So it's definitely regenerating that stuff. And it's getting it from update activities. It's getting this from current county improvement right there. So why is this nulling this out when we remove it? Remove from county improvement. Because this is returning a different. This thing is not this thing. Earlier I said I wanted this to return a different thing. We do want this to return a different thing, though. The lowest scoring population, and it is, because it is changing their thing to idle. So we know we're getting this right, but then why isn't it nulling out there? So let's get, where is this at? Adjust, update activity, adjust number of, didn't I already fix this? Because this is wrong now. This is wrong still. This should be, what did I just, oh my God. What did I, where did I type this in? This is where this goes. Population and improvement also is, where did I just adjust that shit? Remove lowest skilled population, remove from county improvement, adjust workers. Oh, I did the workers, not the builders. And then where did I did the workers, not the builders. That's what happened there. Remove from county improvement. Remove from county. I'm surprised we haven't had that null issue all the time. Maybe I have a getter setter in there. Maybe that's what it is. How would I have done that, though? How hasn't this been an issue forever? That this isn't nulled out. Population at improvement is not like a... Yeah, it's not like a special list or anything. It's just a normal list. Maybe I have a equals null scattered throughout the whole fucking thing. I probably do. And we'll search for that after this. I was gonna stop streaming earlier than 3 hours, I was saying, but no, it looks like I'm there. Oh, we got a bug though. Oh, is this that dumb one? Yeah, this one just happens occasionally. I haven't figured out what that is either. This is at 5. Yeah. So we bought this 5. There's our people are working. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. We got a couple of scavengers. We have a lot of idle people. We're going to go back to here. We're going to make this 4. You're idle. So, you know, it was working the first day, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. We're going to go over here. We're going to go back to here. Let's check here, actually. First. All right, that all looks right. We're going to make you 3, and I think this is where we were having the issue, but it looks right now. And, oh, no, that's that same. I should have cleared this bug. Get this fucking bug out of here. Let's zero it out now, though. Let's double check this. Yeah, we have 3 people. Let's zero this out. And then let's run it. Because now it should, like, never, no one should start working here. Whoops, that's not what we wanted. I wanted this. Everyone's idle. And then we haven't gotten any bugs there. This is at 0. No one's working there. Everyone went to scavenge. Okay, we did it. I think we're going to have... Oh, wait, I was going to look for something. I was going to look for current... Here, we can do it. We can jump to here, and then we can find this. I'm wondering if I'm... equals null. I'm wondering if I am doing this manually. It hasn't found it. I do have this stuff on, but that should be because I want that exact thing. Update current county improvement. Skill check. Update activities. This are all broken. This are all broken. This is where we would put a method to return the name. Is this thing even being used? Is this all broken? Where is this at? This is in the population list UI. It doesn't seem like this is all broken. This are all broken. This are all seems to be working. We're translating stuff. This sets the current activity and then checks to see if the building work or research is null, and then adds for this will not be shown in the play. Yeah, that's something else. Let's go. I don't know why I'm looking. I guess I'm looking for why this is working correctly. That's what I'm doing. All right, it's fine. It seems to be working correctly. All right. I got 10 minutes left. Let's put in what I'm doing next time, and then I'm going to call it a day. Next time... Hopefully Dev 3 will be out, but let's pretend that it's not. Let's look through our county improvements. You know what we could do? Is we could add this adjust number of builders. This needs to be adjust. Well, we actually accidentally already did it. I accidentally already did the work that I just needed to update. So I was adjusting this one, and this is the workers one. I haven't tested it. Let's build something else. That's not a fisher's shack. Let's do a garden. I think that's set to take a very short amount of time to work. And you know what? We have this one at 0 and this one at 5. So that will be another way to test something here. Is how many, like, we got 5 people working here. Our progress bar, we have not finished. So let's see. The progress bar is now working. Oh, do we have 10 people set that can work at the... Jesus Christ, really? Was that just some, like, test I was doing? We do. You have 10 people that can work at your garden. Well, so it tried to max it out, which is what we wanted. Let's look at the population thing. Yeah, everyone's working at the garden. Let's shit can somebody. Because that's what we're testing here. Oh, okay. So, but there still isn't enough people working here. So let's go down to 6. Let's go back to here. I don't remember. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems to be working. Let's get rid of one more person just for fun. I mean, I guess it's not fun. I don't like people firing people. It's not real life. Everything's fine. We have 5 people still working there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then let's do something else just to fuck around with this. Let's put another person back on here. Once again, they're not going to get hired until the next day. So then when we go over here, that's filled up. Let's make sure. So we have 1 person working on the fisher's shed, and we have 3 people working at the garden. No. We have 5 people working at the garden. Let's make sure that looks right. That is correct, and that is correct. I was trying to avoid having this whole button thing here, like where you can plus or minus these. And I was trying to make it so that they would kind of work on their own and figure it out, like the AI would figure it out. But actually, now that I've added these in, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely 100% a necessity. And it's going to really help out for the other problems that I was like, what happens if you have too much construction or whatever? Or, everyone's going to be working at construction. Yeah, this is definitely a vast improvement over. And I was against it. I was wrong, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's push this code to whatever. Let's go through this list first, though, because I think we did something. We didn't do that. In the research office county improvement, we need to show where it's what it's researching. That's kind of a big one. That should be at the top here. Redo the county improvement data cost dictionary with enums. The fuck is it talking about? Oh, yeah, that's the thing we're waiting for. Current amount of construction can be below max amount if the building is damaged. The building status would need to be... Wouldn't this just turn it to under construction? Wouldn't this just change the building to under construction? So this idea is like, let's say there was an earthquake or something. Better building levels require less maintenance. We'll leave this here, but I'm not sure how we're going to do that at all. Let's put this lower. So basically what it's saying, if the building gets damaged through like earthquakes or whatever, it needs to be able to be reflected in here. So, but we're going to keep it this round, I think. Redo the county improvement data costs for, county improvement output can take more than 1 day. This one's going to be kind of a big one because currently we have stuff that like they can get 5 per day or whatever. And so I think we need to generate some sort of like county work units or something. And then we'll take the work units and we'll divide it by the cost of the thing. So if the cost of the thing is 1 and you make 1 work unit a day, you would get 5 of them. If the work unit per day is 5, or, because you get 5, because there's 5 people there, let's say each person generates 1 work unit a day. If they, and it only costs 1, you would get 5 things out. But if it costs 100, it would take 20 days to build something. And so that's what we're going to have to do for that. Because I didn't really think about it ahead of time, but I actually didn't think about it at all. And someone mentioned in chat, like, what about things that take more than 1 day, like finished goods? If you're building a fucking tank, you're not going to put out 5 tanks a day. You're going to be putting out 1 tank a month or whatever. Test that checking and charging for county improvements is working. We still need to double check that, but we can't do it because that thing is busted in Godot. Remove improvement button. We have the button. It doesn't work. County improvement button. I think this is talking about that. Oh, no, this is just the notes on all this stuff we needed to add in there. I think we can close this. Influence, cost, amount of work, remnants, produce, input materials, output materials, buildings, current workers, max workers, adjust button to lower and raise. We did that. Finished goods will have a work cost. It'll take multiple days. I guess this is like kind of an overall thing. I should have busted those out into individual things, issues, so that I can close off the ones we did. Where did that go? I'm going to edit this thing and say, create individual issues for the things that aren't done instead of having this huge issue. So maybe I'll do that offline, or maybe I'll just do this next time I stream. Where was I? When starting buildings, it needs to be on the, no. Okay, pick between inputs, we can't do that. Outputs, we can't do that. As needed button. We could do this, so let's put this towards the top. I mean, this is all going to change, I guess, so why am I even going through this? This thing we really need to do, though. So basically what it's saying is in this county, I didn't test the research thing either, because I did change something. Or did I put it all back? Okay, so on this one, so when we've researched this, and in fact we've already researched it, we need to play. So when it's built, that county improvement. It is kind of difficult to read these things. We're gonna have to make this better, but right now it will work. When this is done being built, we just need a data pass. So this is all built. We need to show what this research, because you can, so when a researcher is assigned, so you have a researcher here, you can go into your research and you can pick whatever basic storage, and we can assign, I think it's Harold here. We could look to see. Yeah, Harold is the person, and so they're researching at the research office. But if we go to here, it doesn't say what research is being done. And we probably should have that in here. I think this thing remembered where my scroll thing was. Or is it defaulting to the bottom? It remembered. Let's put it in the middle. It's strange. I think we're destroying these and whatever. Um, it actually wouldn't be that hard to add that in there, but we definitely need that in there. This needs to be prioritized. So yeah, I'll leave that at the top. Maybe we'll do that first thing next time. I'm assuming Dev 3 will be out and the problem will be fixed. Then we can work on the inputs and outputs. But let's do this. Let's close this thing. Let's close this thing. Let's go to here. Let's put this where this is all so we can get to scouting equipment, by the way. This whole massive change is so that we can get to a scouting equipment. What did we do today? We got minus and plus buttons for workers and builders is working, which actually feels pretty good. I thought that was going to be much more of a pain in the ass. It was pretty minor. Maybe next time we'll run into major issues with that. But that's everything that I'm going to do today. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will talk to you next.